This is 12.8 surface area of prisms. Guys, we're getting there. We have only a few lessons left in the book, and we're going to get them finished. So we have surface area of prisms next. Now, I have a few definitions for this lesson. In 7th grade last year, we talked about just regular surface area, what it was, we found it, but now we're going to add another thing to it, and it's called lateral faces and lateral area. So lateral faces are faces that are not bases. So anything that's not considered a base, remember bases are the opposite ends, same shape, and lateral faces are anything that is not a base. Now, lateral area is the sum of all the areas of the lateral faces, meaning all the sides that are not bases. Okay? Surface area, and we've talked about this many times last year, surface area is the sum of all the faces together. So the lateral area, meaning the sides that aren't bases and that are bases, and adding them all together. So last year we talked about surface area. The new part this year is the lateral part. And like I said, everything that's not a base is the lateral face. So the first thing we're going to talk about is finding the lateral area. There's a formula for it, and it's right here. Okay, now notice that each of these things means something. So L means lateral area. P means perimeter. If you don't remember what perimeter means, it means the length around. So the distance around something. And the height means the height of the whole prism. So let's just go over this again. Perimeter, like this is a picture. The perimeter would be here. So finding the perimeter, so adding up all the sides, and then multiplying it by the height is how you find the lateral area. So we're going to do a few examples of this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually write this. Lateral area equals P times H. Let's just go over this again. P means perimeter. And that means perimeter of base, of the base. Okay. H means height of the prism. All right, so first I'm going to go and I'm going to look at my prism, and I'm going to look down here because these are the perimeter. This is the perimeter, and this is what I'm going to add together. So it's going to be 5.5 plus 3 plus 5.5 plus 3. This would be considered my P. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add them all together. 5.5 plus 5. Oops. And I get 17. So my P is 17. Now I'm going to times by the height of the whole prism times 15.1. So this is my P. This is my H. I'm multiplying them together. And I get 256. I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. 0.7 inches squared. Now area is squared. Okay, now let me show you what we just found. We found the area of the front, the sides, and the back of this figure. This is the lateral area. Remember, the surface area includes everything, and we're going to talk about that in a second together. So let's try another one. Okay, so find the lateral area. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to write out my formula again. So my perimeter, now remember P is the perimeter of the base. So I'm going to find my base. My base is right here. Okay. So I'm going to add my perimeters together. So it would be 8 plus 15 plus 17. Okay. Because this is going to be my P. So I'm going to add those together. 8 plus 15 plus 17. And that gives me 40. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply by the height of that prism times 20, and that gives me 800 meters squared. So now let me show you what I found. The area, I found the area of the top, I found the area of the side, and I found the area of the bottom. I did not, this number is not including your bases. So sometimes it's going to ask you for the lateral area, and sometimes it's going to ask you for more than that. But like I said, we're going to do some examples of that. Okay, last one. Okay, perimeter of my base. I'm going to call this my base since that's what it's sitting on, and since it's a rectangular prism, any of them can be my base, but I'm going to do what it's sitting on. So it's going to be 1.3 plus 1.4 plus 1.3 plus 1.4, because this is 1.3, 1.4, 1.3, 1.4. Okay, so that's my P, and I'm going to add those together. Okay, and I get 5.4. Now, I'm going to multiply by the height of it, and the height is right here, and that's 1.2. And that leaves me with 6.48 meters squared. That is how you find the lateral area. Now you're going to use this to find the next thing, which leads us to finding the surface area. Okay, so this has a formula also, and this is the formula. You have to make sure you get these written down, because if you just look at this, you'll never know what this means. So surface area, that's a given. L means lateral area. We were just finding those. And then B means the area of the base, and notice you're going to times it by 2 because you have two bases. Okay, so surface area equals the lateral area plus 2 times the area of your base. All right, so let's work on this one. So I'm going to write it out. Now, if you recall correctly, we just did this one. We found the lateral area of it already. So if I would flip back here, we already found the lateral area of it. So the lateral area, remember we did that, we did the perimeter times it by the height. So the lateral area is 256.7. So I already know my lateral area is 256.7. I already found that, and I found that by taking my perimeters, adding them together, and timesing it by the height. Now, this is the part we didn't do. We have to find the area of the base. So my base is here. To find the area of that, it would be 5.5 times 3, because it's a rectangle. Now, if I take 5.5 times 3, I'm finding one of them. That's why I'm multiplying by 2, because I have two bases, this one and this one. So now, I'm going to put some things in my calculator here. 5.5 times 3 times 2. So this together is 33 plus 256.7 is 289.7 inches squared. So this is the surface area. Remember, surface area is the area of all the bases, all the sides. And so this is how you find the surface area of a figure. Let's do another. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. So surface area equals the lateral area plus 2 times whatever the area of that base is. So I did this already. I found the lateral area of it. Remember, I added all the perimeters together, and then I multiplied by how big it was. And the lateral area, as we found, was 800. If I flip back, we did it back here. See? It's right there. Okay, plus 2 is whatever the area of the base is. Well, look at my base is a triangle. So to find the area of this triangle, I'm going to use the height and the base of it. So it'll be 8 times 15 divided by 2. 8 times 15 divided by, 8 times 15 divided by 2 is 60. So 60 is going to go in here because that's the area of the triangle. Now I'm going to finish it out. I should get 920 meters squared. So here's the thing. If you're going to find surface area, you have to find the lateral area anyway, and then you have to work with the bases. Let's do one more. All right. So let's find the surface area. Okay, first we're going to find the lateral area plus 2 times the base. And we did this one already also. We found the lateral of this one back here, and I'm going to flip to it. We said 6.48. Is that what I said? 6.48. Okay. Plus 2 times the area of my base. My area base is here. Okay, so let's see, 1.3 times 1.4, because that's my area of my base there, is 1.82. Okay. And then we're going to take that times 2. This is 3.62 plus 6.48. And I got 10.12 meters squared. There we go. All right, the last one I'm going to show is a story problem. What I really want to do is I just want to focus on finding the surface area of this. It's supposed to be a skateboard ramp. So I would like to find the surface area of this skateboard ramp. So here's how it works. Surface area equals lateral area plus 2 times the base. Now we have to find the lateral area because we didn't do that. Remember, lateral area is your perimeter times your height. So this is the first thing we're going to do. We're going to find the lateral area. Now remember, it's taking the perimeter of your base. So it would be 5, and this would be 5.4. So it would be 5 plus 2 plus 5.4. Okay. We're going to add those together. And I get 12.4. And I got to take it times the height of this, so right here, times 4. So I'm finding the lateral area first. So the lateral area is 49.6. Okay. Now I have to take it times 2, but I have to find the area of my base. So my area, it's a triangle. So it'll be 5 times 2 divided by 2, which should be 5. Now a lot of you are saying, well, if you're going to divide it 2 and then multiply by 2, why are you doing that? I'm just showing you how the formula works. So this would be 49.6 plus 10, which would be 59.6 feet squared. Okay. I know there's a lot to this today. It's a lot of formulas, and you might actually have to write a few things out on your paper and maybe label it so you know what you're doing. We will go over a few practice problems again together as a group so we can maybe all be on the same page. So thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day.